Yes, guys, welcome back to another episode of The Squared Circle. I'm with the one, the only, Carl Frampton. Carl, how are we doing, mate?
I'm doing okay, mate. Yeah. I look a bit puffy around the eyes, but...
You look gorgeous today, mate. Don't worry.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Right, today we're here for the big one. Tomorrow is Usyk Fury 2. Let's just start seeing, how do you see that fight going?
It'll be a good fight, like the first one was. Sometimes these massive fights that don't live up to the expectation, and we expect a better fight than we actually see. The first one was amazing. I think this one will be the same. I think that we'll see a more aggressive Tyson Fury, which I think we need to see to win the fight. He needs to fight like the bigger man. He needs to fight like he's the big heavyweight and the guy that's 3 stone heavier than Usyk.
Yeah.
He needs to be more on the front foot. And for that reason, the biggest surprise for me would be if it's one-sided in anyone's favour. I think it's going to be a close fight, and I just edge Tyson to win it on points.
If you was in the ring, obviously different sizes and weights and stuff like that, but if you was in the ring and you was either Fury or Usyk, how would you approach your tactics in that fight?
Well, for Fury, again, be more aggressive, but
Yeah.
he can't be gung-ho. He can't be like he fought Wilder and Wilder too. Like, Usyk's a much better fighter than Wilder is. But he needs to make Usyk work really hard, and it's easier if you're the smaller guy. It's easier walking forward rather than being pushed back. It's just way more taxing on your lungs. So I think that's what Tyson has to do. I think that Usyk will be aware of this and probably expect that to be the game plan from Tyson. Usyk controls the ring so well. Never ever really see him on the ropes. Even when he's going backwards, you never see him static on the ropes. He's always kind of trying to claim the centre of the ring again. So for Usyk, he needs to try and do that, hold the centre of the ring, throw a lot, move a lot. When Tyson does get close, and if he is trying to manhandle him, he needs to be as slippery as he can and get out of that. So yeah, Tyson to be more aggressive, and Usyk to kind of do what he did in the first fight. But whether Tyson allows him to do that, that's another thing. I mean, Usyk's, for me, is a great already, and he's still in the middle of his career. I don't think people talk about people while they're still boxing as great fighters, but he's one of the greatest fighters that's ever lived. But just because of Tyson's sheer size and height and weight advantage, I think if he does it a little bit more in a smarter way than he did the first time, I think he's a better chance of winning.
I think he allowed Usyk to walk him back, didn't he?
Yeah.
And I felt like that was one of the big issues. You could see Usyk just getting stronger and stronger as the rounds go on. I know it looked like Fury was boxing his way to one of the best British performances we've ever seen in this country. Do you think Usyk will actually go on the front foot this time again, or do you think he will allow Fury to come to him? Because Usyk's really good at the back foot. He can fight going forward, going backwards, and he doesn't mind.
He can do everything, but I think that he will want to, knowing that how difficult it would be to be pushed back all night by a big man like Tyson, he'll want to hold the centre of the ring and he'll want to be going forward. But I just expect Tyson to be more aggressive than that. But that gives Usyk more opportunities to land. So like I said, he needs to be aggressive, but it needs to be smart pressure. Can't be like he was in Wilder too. I mean, Usyk's 10 times the fighter Wilder is. Maybe not the puncher that he is, but if he hits you often enough, and we've seen that he can hurt Tyson. We've seen that in round 9. So, I don't really know what to expect, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But I think that Tyson is going to be more aggressive.
I mean, that's what great rematches are, great fights are. You don't know what to see, what you're going to expect. What do you think of Tyson Fury's mental warfare during this entire week? You know, he's been completely different, as we've seen in previous fights, fight weeks. He's been quiet, more, I guess he has a tunnel vision type of approach, and he's been more aggressive. He's trying to, basically threaten Usyk. What did you think of his mental warfare?
I like it, if I'm being honest. I mean, I've been speaking to a lot of people who I respect their opinion in this game, and they're kind of maybe a little bit concerned with how he's behaving. And I know a few people that have said that he looks like he is fed up, that he doesn't want to be here. But what I've seen the last few days is it looks like a fighter that's switched on and ready to go. So I think people look into it all a little bit too much. I mean, people in boxing, for some reason, specifically, boxing fans seem to think they're also part-time sports psychologists as well, and they have a fight won or lost before it actually takes place because of how someone behaves at a press conference or a weigh-in. So I don't read into it too much, but what I will say is I'm liking Fury's demeanour.
I think what the strange thing yesterday is that I saw a lot of reactions on that 11-minute face-off. They went, "Oh my God, Fury blinked. He lost that one." What did you think of that face-off?
It's Fury blinked, yeah, he lost it. You know what I mean?
If
it was as easy as that, it would be.
Everyone would lose in the face-off.
It'd be a shit sport, you know what I mean? If it's a blinking competition, I mean, I could have sometimes I have, staring competitions with my 14-year-old daughter, and I blink first just because it's hard to keep your eyes open for so long. It's
1-0 to her then.
I don't read into it. I don't read into it too much.
Fair enough. And lastly, obviously, you won Fighter of the Year in 2016. Who do you think deserves Fighter of the Year thus far?
If Usyk wins, it has to be him. Has to be him. But Turbiev could be in with a shout as well, another undisputed champion. Daniel Dubois could be in with a shout in terms of the fights and year that he's had. But it's hard to overlook Usyk.
I feel if Usyk does manage to win it, I think it's fair to see him as the Fighter of the Year. Thus far, I think it's Daniel.
Yeah.
But if Usyk wins, I think it's fair to say he does deserve Fighter of the Year. And what's that feeling like, knowing that you're the best of that year? You obviously experienced that.
For me, that was probably my biggest achievement, Ring Magazine Fight of the Year, and I won a few world titles, but to be recognised by boxing scholars and peers as the best fighter of that year, that's the one. I had a good year in 2016. I unified a division and I won a title in another division against a multi-weight world champion. So
not too bad.
Not too bad. It was a nice feeling. Yeah.
And my last question, Carl, what's next for you? You was meant to go into the jungle, right?
I wasn't meant to go into it.
You was looking into it.
I was asked. When Tommy Fury pulled out, I think they were looking at a replacement. So I was on the short list, me and two others. And then it was me and one other, and then I thought I was getting in, but didn't get
I'd love to see you eat a kangaroo toenail or something like that.
Kangaroo toenail?
Something like that.
It'd be better than a kangaroo ball bag.
I was thinking of it, I was too scared to say it. But Carl, thank you very much, man. I really appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Take care.
Cheers.